Welcome if you new, forgiving your lateness. You streaming in your car, then let it ride. If you on the YouTube, like the video, subscribe. You are now tuned in to the TSP. You are now tuned in to the You are now tuned in. You are now tuned in to TSP.
Yes, sir. TSP episode 202. I'm your host, Bobby Hall, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Dylan the Savage. D-Lo, it's been a few weeks, partner. Good to see you. Good to be back on the airwaves, the cameras, the whole nine, man. How you doing?
I'm a little nervous, a little shy. It's my first time all over again. It feels like the first time. You know that song?
There it is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Little razzle-dazzled, man. You know, I didn't know where the record button was. I had to fucking teach myself how to use this.
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks out of the game. It feels like it's been a month. I think it's just because we had the stream, and then we had a great episode with my guy Tanzel, and then boom, we just we took a couple weeks off, because you had to get your family affairs in order.
Yeah.
You guys had and we've talked about it since last year, even with Joe. You started talking about it and bringing it up, and the day finally came.
Cannot believe that it was already here. And for those that don't know and that are new to the show, I'm in a military family, man. If a military family comes sacrifices that not everyone would want to go through. I don't think anyone would want to go through, honestly. But you got, when you're active duty, you have those deployments, and that's what the wife's on there. She's on her 6-month deployment, and it actually doesn't even officially start until she gets to her destination. That is undisclosed information, and or what's the proper term there? Classified information. There we go. But yeah, she'll be gone for 6 months, other side of the world, and I'm more so just trying to stay strong for the girls, our girls here, and they're handling it pretty well. But we'll see how that goes, because when the youngest was saying her goodbyes, she said, "Have a good weekend, Mom." And that's going to be a long weekend. It's going to be a pretty damn long weekend. I don't think she understood the grasp of it. And she's definitely the mama's girl in the family. So the breastfed one, if you will. But, it's we knew this day would come. We've dodged many bullets in the past because of any time that it was like kind of in the rear view mirror creeping up on us with deployment. We had a kid. And that was unplanned. It wasn't like I was like purposely getting pregnant. We dodge bullets of deployments, but that just happened. The same thing with when we officially tie the knot, whenever the hell that is. We always talk about marriage, and then a baby pops up and it kind of blows that whole plan up. So that's why we've been engaged for 8-9 years now. So is what it is. Pretty crazy. Maybe I'm lucky. Some guys are out there just like, how do you do it? But yeah, it was a sad time, but at the same time, we knew this was coming. We were, like you said, well prepared a year in advance. Crazy that it already came here. Hopefully it goes as fast as it came, if that makes sense. And she'll be back sometime in October. She doesn't miss the big holidays, so that's good. She'll be back for that. And we got vacation planned a couple weeks after she comes back too. So hopefully, that's what I've been going through this past week. And the week before that, I had surgery. So that was another reason why we couldn't do the show. Couldn't talk. Well, I could, but it would hurt because I got some wisdom teeth work done, another extraction done. So my whole face was sore, jaw fucked up, iced up, and couldn't do a podcast just. So unless you want to do most of the heavy lifting there, and I would just be pressing buttons if you want to do like a solo show with that. But even then, needed the rest, burnt through a lot of PTO. I just talked to you about that before the show. So that's my life there now, trying to figure out that. And that's why we were absent for the past couple weeks, Bobby, and for the people out there, the TSPners.
Yeah, man. First, I mean, we gotta shout Jen out, man. For serving the country. That's big. And then making the sacrifice of, losing out on a lot of family time. You got 2 young daughters, and that's gonna be tough. But I very much respect what she's doing. Like I told you, she's got bigger nuts than you and I to do what she's doing for a multitude of reasons. So I think when the girls there grow up, I think they'll be very proud of their mom and what she what she did, and probably will still be doing at the time. I think. Um, so yeah, I just had to make sure we pay respects there because that's a big it's a big deal, man. But 6 months will fly by. It is, you know what I mean. We talk about all
Right.
the time. We've been doing this show 6 years, dude, and that's you know what I mean. That is absolutely went by in an instant, especially after you have kids. And you and I, we're creatures of routine. So doing the same routine with work and the stuff you do during the week, just the weeks fly by. Sometimes they don't feel like it, but they do. And yeah, we'll be here in fall in no time.
Yeah.
Show back. Browns will have probably 1 or 2 wins by the time she
Yeah, they'll
gets.
be already knocked out of the playoff picture by that time.
It'll be business as usual.
Right.
But yeah, just had to take a couple weeks off. I mean, you had to handle some of your stuff. I had some more shit too. I think I'm at about 15 grand since October spent on repairs. Brand new appliances. All kinds of stuff in this house, and had to get the water heater replaced. I noticed last weekend. I walked out into the garage, and that's where all my stuff is. And I noticed there was a little bit of what looked like some dripping going on from the water heater, and I've never seen that before. So obviously, first thing I'm jumping to Google, and they're saying there's some, there's all kinds of different stuff that could be wrong with it, as far as like there's some kind of pressure gauge, something like if the temperature's running too hot in the water heater, it uses this little like pressure gauge thing to alleviate that so the motherfucker doesn't explode. And I call the guys from Wojo's, which actually I think they're going to be joining us at the end of May. I think I'll have to double check on that, but yeah, they came in, took a look, and I know these guys, so I know they're not going to bullshit me. And he said you can either pay $600 for us to repair this one part, and then who knows, because the tank is 11 years old at the time. You pay $600 to replace the part, and then who knows how long I'll have. The tank will keep rolling from that point, or I can spend triple that and just replace the whole tank altogether, and get a couple of additional things added to that. And as much as I did not want to hear that, I was like, all right, that's probably the better option. You know what I mean? Instead of just kind of nickel and diming it for a couple more years.
There has to be like the basic baseline of marketing for them, because like my guy said the exact same thing, like verbatim, when it came to my furnace. Like, you can replace this part for $700 and it will probably break down again in the future, because they don't want you to buy the part. They want you to go the more expensive route. The probably benefits them more that way, but I would definitely ask that. If it's obviously, they probably wouldn't answer that on, but if I was selling the equipment, like I want to sell the equipment, I want to sell the big prize item. I don't want to be, hey, it's like if trying to sell a car, you could replace this transmission for $1,200. Might go bad, something else might break down, or you can just get this brand new car for me, 35,000.
I mean, but what he says is I trust, because
right.
I know these water heaters typically like 10 years is about the usual going rate on those things. So this one had just turned 11 years old, so I'm like, I know I'm up against it, and I know just the way shit's going.
Right.
Me, if I go pay $600 and then 2 months later, or whatever, some other stupid fucking part's gonna go, and then I'm gonna already be spending the amount I would have
plus
on the tank on just 2 fucking parts or whatever. So I ate it, and just I mean, it fucking sucks. It's just been, like I said, one thing after another since October, and who knows, D'Lo, by the end of the year, I might have a brand new fucking house, just inside and out, all over the goddamn place. I'm gonna be in debt for the rest of my life, but I mean, that's just the American way anymore. So
that's part of the dream.
we're gonna work till we're fucking 75, and then enjoy retirement for me if I get to 75, and I'll get to enjoy retirement for 5 years or some shit. But
Well, we do have that casino trip coming up, Bobby. So hopefully, it's you never know, man. It just takes one click of the button or one
That's
card,
it.
one hand, one flip of the card type deal, dude. It change your life, but you never know. It's very unlikely, but you never know. I mean, I didn't also know that with those water heaters, especially if you have like tank water heaters, like you have to do like regular maintenance on that shit, where you have to drain the water out there and then like clean out the insides because it can like clog up or cause leaks because of like all the buildup that gets inside from like the bottom soot. I'm like,
I've never done that. My
me
parents have
neither.
never done that. It's just, and I won't do that just because there's that's the thing. I love TikTok. I learn a lot of cool shit on TikTok, a lot of
Yeah.
recipes, a lot of music, this, that, and third. A lot of fear mongering on that app too.
Yeah.
And that probably is, it's not a bad thing to probably clear all that shit out of there. You know what I mean?
Probably
All
helps.
the sediment and all the shit, especially with me, I live on a well, but I'm not gonna fucking do that. They didn't tell me to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Do you get those salt packs or bags of salt or something like
yeah, I
that?
got a water softener. Yeah,
Oh,
makes a big
water
difference, man. Like it doesn't, because when I grew up and went to people's houses that had well water, it smelled like fucking shit. It smelled like
eggs.
sulfur. Yeah, and I was like, this sucks. So when I was looking at this house and it said it was on a well, I'm like, oh god. And this is before I knew what the fuck a water softener was, and that's what that system is, and that shit breaks all that stuff down. The only thing is like there's a little bit of a metallic smell sometimes.
Mhm.
And then like we gotta clean like the tubs and shit because it will kind of turn the tubs kind of like a yellowish color after a while. But like as far as like it doesn't do, I've noticed thing with the clothes and stuff with the washer, everything's good there. It's just as long as you keep up on the water softener, change your filters out and shit.
How often do
Good.
you have to do that?
The
Monthly?
water softener is probably I probably buy 5-6 bags every probably 8 to 10 weeks, and that's usually I don't know about $50 purchase.
Huh.
So I guess that would count as my water bill per se because I don't have a water bill.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense then. It gets
Yeah.
you somewhere. Have the water softener, or just don't have any water bill at all. Just deal with the water. Well, water eggs.
I mean, some people don't. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I'm sure you get used to it.
I'm sure plenty of people. Yeah, that's what it is. But we already have it here, so I stay on it because I don't want to have to fucking deal with that. You know what I mean? So
Has that minerals and shit that make you big and strong. That's why they call it farm boy strength, country strong.
that could be true. That could be true.
Well, water and cornbread.
Yeah. But yeah, Dila, new water heater, furnace. I can't wait. I mean, I got that brand new AC out there. She's ready to make her debut. A few months. Not anytime soon. We're gonna be back down in the 30s, 40s this week. Of course, April's been a wild month.
You guys are going to get some snow.
There's some potential, man. Yeah, after we got pissed on rain. Shout out to my sub pump. That thing has been working overtime since like Thursday. But it's getting it done. It's pumping the water out. So, because that's one thing we just talked about. Unfortunately, our friend, Remy the Snack Guide, the sub pump in the house that he's running took a shit. So he went downstairs and the basement was flooded. So, but I guess the somewhat fortunate part of that is he rents, so somebody else has to worry about all of that.
Right.
That would be overwhelming to have to fucking deal with. If it was all on you. But because there's carpet and all kind of shit down there. That's you got to probably rip all that shit out, replace
you have to redo
it.
the drywall.
Yeah,
you ain't getting that out. I mean,
yeah.
I guess once you get the water down, you could try to get like the dehumidifiers out and fire them up and try to get all that moisture out of the air. But it's probably too late at that point. You got to redo that whole drywall, man. Drywall gets wet. I know from experience. It's more so from my ceiling. My ceiling leaked. And I'm going to have to go through some house projects myself, Bobby. gotta look into these like storms that have been rolling through, man. Been ripping off some shingles, and that could be a whole other problem if you don't take care of your roofing there, because it could leak through the ceiling and damage and mold and structural damage and all that shit, and it could lead to bigger issues there. But I don't want that to happen, so I might have a connection there that could help me out. And then, hey, I might be around the corner too with getting a water heater. I got a new furnace, new AC unit, but this is still the original water heater. It hasn't taken a shit, but knock on wood, that doesn't happen, because this ain't. I don't see this as my forever home, so let that be the next owner's problem, and just sell as is on the tag, and maybe I luck out and get out of Dodge before it does kind of take a shit. But got some projects in place for this summer, Bobby. Going to be doing some renovations on the back deck. Told Jenna I'm probably going to be doing some projects to obviously occupy the mind and help things go more smoothly, go fast, speed up the time process. And one of those projects, resurfacing the back deck, kind of remodeling it in a way, because we don't like how it's set up. It has like these wooden benches that are kind of built into the deck with railings around. I said, fuck that. I want to knock all that shit out. Okay. And we're just going to have one step to the grass that goes all the way around the deck with no railings, kind of like an open concept there. And going to resurface it with some composite decking, Bobby. I think that's way more expensive, but well worth every penny of expense. Shit's it doesn't warp, it doesn't discolor, anything like that. So it's gonna be a good thing. It's gonna be a great thing. Hopefully it looks as well as it does in my mind, because it's also me doing it to save a pretty penny. Because there's the sense of accomplishment you get when you do something yourself as well. I'm sure like you did some of the projects, you helped out and whatnot, and the sense of accomplishment when you get it done, it's great. I just had that feeling, Bobby. Worked on my car, had an engine light on for probably all year, and just kind of ignored it. Took it to the shop.
No shit.
Went away.
Not you.
That's only oil changes, Bobby. That's only. No, I've been as I'm approaching my 30s, I've been a little bit better with car maintenance, knowing that I need this car to at least last me until my youngest gets out of daycare, because those daycare costs are astronomically ridiculous. And when she gets into kindergarten this upcoming school year, hopefully those prices go down and your boy's getting a new car, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Kind of been saving up on the side there. So hopefully that goes as planned. But like I was saying, the engine light. Took it to the shop, okay? And they said, oh, got to do this part, fix this, whatever. It was there for like 5-6 hours. Car was working fine for 48 hours. After it came out of the shop, engine light went away, and then boom, engine light comes back on. And the same problem persisted. I'm like, this is bullshit, dude. I just spent over like $200-300 bucks to probably for mostly labor cost to fix like what should have been like a $30-40 part. And I don't even think they replaced that part. I think they replaced some other part that temporarily fixed the issue that wasn't actually the issue, because they probably just cleared the code on their what do they call those things? Those like diagnostic computer, handheld computer things that they read engine lights on. And they probably just cleared it through there, and it just ended up popping up because it wasn't actually the real problem that needed fixed. But your boy pulled the car into my garage, popped open the hood, took apart basically a quarter of the engine to get to this one part. Because that's a bitch, man. Working on cars, dude, it's like doing surgery on an automobile. You had to like kind of fucking remove the engine bracket. I had my car jack with a piece of wood holding the engine up so it didn't drop through to the ground, because I had to remove some brackets and shit, mounting brackets and other pieces and parts just to get to this one $35 part, which ended up being a camshaft actuator solenoid. So basically it does the timing, electronical timing of like your gear shifting. And your boy replaced that, put it back together, and bada bing, bada boom. It works, runs smoothly like it just came off the used car lot. And yeah, dude, it was pretty cool. First time doing that. I'm glad that I was able to do it, fixed it. Haven't had a trouble since. I've been driving it for a week now, so hopefully it gets me across the finish line, Bobby, till the end of the year. Going to be hopefully getting a new car. We'll see what these tariff prices do to American vehicles, but I am buying American, so hopefully that helps me out a little bit, because we have been a Hyundai family. Jen has a Hyundai. I got a Hyundai. They run pretty good for the most part until your engine blows.
Frank, right?
Yeah, Frank Sonata.
Let's
As I
go.
got and that's funny because Jen had a Chevy Cruze and she called it Tom. So back in Florida before the kiddos. And then the Chevy Cruze sucked. And she needed a bigger car for the kids. Easier on the back. You know, anyone who has kids needs a little higher profile vehicle and get them in and out of car seats helps a little bit. So
Yeah, Tori's got a Hyundai Elantra.
okay. Yeah.
I think she's got about a year and a half left on that, and then I think she wants to get like a mom van, which I'm with that too because that Elantra is fucking tiny. So
yeah, for sure. And you plan on having any more kids?
I don't think so.
I don't want any more kids. I mean, Jen wants more kids. Yeah, I mean, she wants to maybe try when she gets back. And I'm like, I don't know about all that. Let's not get rash emotions in the way here.
Well, you're gonna practice at least, but
yeah,
because I don't, especially after everything I've put in this motherfucker, I don't plan on leaving this house anytime soon. So this is a 3-bed house. So if we had another kid, that's the end of the turkey fries and all that shit and anything. Because I would probably turn this down here into my bedroom, and then the kids would have all 3 bedrooms upstairs. And it would be sick to turn this because you've been down here. It'd be sick to turn this into a nice bedroom, but because one half could be where all the the bed and the dressers and all that shit could be, and then the other half could kind of keep it the same with the couches and TV and shit. But like I said, yeah, there'd be no more turkey fries, no more.
Well, that's actually, I mean, that's a little admirable of you. Like you wouldn't force one of the kiddos to be sharing the room. Maybe the newborn has his own bed. But...
No.
Is it because that they've already had the taste of having their own rooms as opposed to being already in that situation?
We'd probably because obviously I have the master bedroom up there, so we'd probably give the oldest Analea that one, and then maybe Jax can take her room, and then the third one that's where that would be. I wouldn't mind because obviously down here it's cooler. I think I'd sleep better down here because dark, it's cool. Yeah, it'd be great.
No, maybe are you thinking about it? It would be great.
We've talked about it, but it's just, especially now, like I said, we're not 15 grand in the hole. We've got pretty good amount of it paid off, but I mean, it just to all of a sudden throw a baby in the mix for that.
Yeah, and that's my biggest thing, man. It's nothing about being against expanding a family with your significant other. I mean, it's nothing about that. It's just the way I put it, and it's probably a really bad way to put it, but it's kind of like starting over your prison sentence. You're like, you go to prison, you're there for an 18-year sentence, right? Until they're a legal adult and they're on their own kind of thing. So you're starting this 18-year prison sentence of just like paying like for diapers, paying for childcare, paying for all this other stuff, bills and whatnot that come with it, schools and whatever. And then it's like, our youngest is 5, so we're already 5 years in, 13 years left. And you go to your parole officer and be like, sir, let's just dial it back. Let's reset it. Let's go back to 18 years. You know what I'm saying? So like we're almost out of it. We're done with the diapers, been done with the diapers for a while. Just now about to get done with childcare, and then throw another baby in the mix. And we're going to restart the whole cycle over again.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it'd probably have to work for you guys, but we have an 11 and a 7-year-old here. So in probably 2 years, the oldest will probably have her watching, Jax.
Yeah, that's true. You got them spaced out.
Once you get there, you don't have to restart. It's crazy that you're comparing it to a prison sentence, but that'd also be crazy too. It's just it's big ass age gap at this point.
Yeah, and like I said, I stated it was crazy comparison, so I don't want to be catching any fucking flack for my.
I think they just expect it from me at this point. So that's just.
I don't even know what the
You're
fuck
the man
that
of
means,
sayings,
Bobby.
and go home or go home, and you go home.
Hey, speaking of, I hope those gentlemen enjoyed those TSP merch T-shirts that they did receive. One on either side of the country, Bobby. When I was looking at those addresses and I was giving them out.
That's the thing about TSP. We're all over the map, dude.
Hell yeah,
and,
dude.
And as you've looked before, we're all over the world.
I'm about to look again because I haven't looked at this in a long time. I want to see it. What was Singapore? I think was number one.
I think so. And then Canada, or no, I think U.S. and then Canada, or I think U.S. is one, and then Singapore and then Canada.
Which is very crazy to think about. Let's see our analytics here. Audience. Yep, United States is obviously number one. And then Singapore still. Singapore, Canada, Germany, India rounds up your top 5. And then there's 43 other countries that we have been listened to.
Wow.
Ukraine, just outside the top 5.
That's just some background noise for them at this point.
That white noise. United Kingdom, Hungary, China, Australia, Philippines, France, Russia, South Africa, United Arab Emirates.
Please tell me Japan's on the list. I'll be sad if not.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Sweden,
Okay. All right.
Ireland, Romania, Japan.
We're too low.
Oh yeah, less than point. I mean, at this point, we're less than 0.1% of listenership from these countries. So, but we have been turned on at least, or listened to at approximate. I don't know how they record the data. I'm sure it has to be like a certain amount of time that was listened to in these areas, but nevertheless, worldwide, baby. Got Bulgaria, Netherlands, Haiti, South Korea, Taiwan, the Netherlands, Israel, Belgium, Hong Kong, Azerbaijan. I don't even know if I'm fucking saying that right. Azerbaijan. That one. Yeah, a lot of others. Serbia, Thailand, Korea, Turkey, Mexico, Chile, Nigeria, Slovakia, Oman, Czech Republic, Kazakhstan. Borat.
And the list goes on, baby. TSP is worldwide, and that's what I like to hear.
Yeah. I mean,
and if there's anybody in Kazakhstan that wants a go home shirt, hit us up.
I can probably
we'll happen.
I can probably translate it to make it even like in their language. Whatever country you're in, whatever language you speak, whatever font it needs to be, we can make it work. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Deal, I gotta say, I was very happy to see you were back. Cause did you grill those steaks yesterday? I know you were kind of 50-50 there.
Yeah, Bobby. I weathered the storm there. I was in some moderate to light rain, and it was a little breezy from time to time. And, it's pretty hard to keep the charcoal hot in rain. And I wouldn't say it was pouring in the sense of like it was ruining the steaks and have a sloppy steak situation, but I did end up grilling, Bobby. I did end up grilling.
Okay. I like the picture. Steak looked good. They didn't have the Dilo grill marks, which I know you're probably having a little struggle keeping the charcoal to the right temp.
It took a lot longer than usual.
I didn't get the Dilo cinematic, so that does knock it down a few pegs, unfortunately.
Once
you see it, it's expected every time.
That's fair. I mean, I understand the clamoration of it all, of needing to see the cinematics of a true cinematic Dilo shot.
The DCU.
Yeah.
Dilo cinematic universe.
Yeah, for sure. I understand completely. There just wasn't much cinematics in the situation. I didn't feel it from a director standpoint that it needed to be shot. It couldn't be shot. I was making sure that the stakes were getting done and done correctly, and which they did. I mean,
a little nice med rare, because I didn't see the innie. I just saw the outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was nice med rare for sure. I mean, it's the only way to eat a steak. I think the mother-in-law, she likes it a little bit more on the medium side, so I made sure that was done right for her, per request, and nothing but praise from the in-laws. And I think that's probably like the best kind of compliment you can get is when you grill a steak, especially for like the father-in-law. If he's like, head over heels for the steak, you're doing something right. And I'm like, that's why you gave me your blessing, sir.
We were both up against it because I had a couple racks of ribs that I would have loved to thrown on, the smoker. But yeah, it was just raining off on it all day, so I didn't even want to waste the time, trying to fuck around with that. I do
Don't you
need
have like a
my buddy
tent?
Rich, who was a friend of the show. He said he bought like a canopy,
Yeah.
at the end of season, Meyer, some kind of clearance thing that he puts up, and I think that's something I'm gonna be looking for, maybe in September or some shit, or I don't even know when a canopy would go on sale. But yeah, I think that might be something I'll invest in, because he's somebody. Fortunately for him, his rig is in his garage, so he kind of just adds the canopy to be just an extension of the garage, which is awesome. I don't have that ability. Mine's on the back porch, so I'd probably have to maybe put some tarp or something around the sides of the canopy, maybe just to get the full on protection. But that
No,
is
be
something I
careful of
do
that.
want to look into.
Yeah, make sure that you cut some slits in those tarp. Fucking be like
Well, I
a
was gonna
sail in
first
the wind.
soak them in kerosene and then and then hang them up the sides.
Yeah, I mean, my smoker's in the garage too, and all I do is just open up the garage door, slide out because mine's an electrical one, so I kind of can't go too far. I mean, the far as the plug goes, and then got an extension cord with it, and the smoke kind of just breezes out the garage door, but I'm still underneath my.
Yeah, that's if I had a full size garage, that's definitely what I'd be doing. And then I mean, shit, January, whenever the fuck, I just would be out there doing it, and I still do back there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But with the rain and shit, I did the ribs in the oven, and they came out pretty fucking good. I should have sent you the picture. I posted on my Snap story, where I feel like you almost couldn't tell that they were done in an oven unless I had told you that. I mean, this is what I posted on the story there.
let's get a solo shot there.
You can kind of, I don't know how great that's gonna be because there's kind of a glare and shit, but
You can still see it. It's pretty good.
yeah, they came out great, dude. Because here's the thing. Over the years, because for the longest time, I'm like, all right, I want my ribs, I want the fucking meat to fall off the bone and all that shit, and that's not a bad thing at all. I'll eat a rib that way.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I like it to have a little bit of a fucking bite. Like you pull your rib, you take a bite, and then the meat's still on the bone. Like the meat comes off the bone, but it's not one of those things where you go reach to get a fucking rib, and then you're just pulling the bone out, and then all of a sudden you're eating a fucking
Slab of meat.
rib patty. I like to be able to fucking do my thing with it. So, I went on YouTube and just looked up a bunch of shit. Oven. What's the best way to do oven ribs? And I found this video of this dude because he's the same way. He's just like these aren't fall off the bone. Like it's gonna have a bark to it. It's gonna have a bite to it. And I was like, you're talking my fucking language. So one thing he did too, because usually if I throw them on the smoker, I'm gonna do a mustard binder, and then do my thing that way. And this one, he's like, no, I like to use a fat, some kind of olive oil, vegetable oil, etc. And that's what I'll use as the binder because that actually is gonna fucking get that nice bark going and shit, and kind of have it that nice burgundy color. And that's what I did. 350 for 2 hours, pulled them out, and then he's like, bump that motherfucker up to 450, brush on your sauce. I had one was a hot honey barbecue sauce, and the other one was like Stubbs, maybe like sweet barbecue or something. I like Sweet Baby Ray's too, but I was like, I'm gonna change it up a little bit because there's a million fucking barbecue sauces anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll try some new shit this time. I liked them both. But yeah, you brush on your sauce, put them back in there 450 for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They glazed over. They were awesome, man.
Yeah.
I made my famous Brussels sprouts, roasted Brussels sprouts with goat cheese, bacon, balsamic vinegar. That's one of Tori's favorite things I do. And then shout out to my boy Rich again. One of the years he came through to the turkey fry with this fucking red cabbage coleslaw, and it was so good, dude. It was like sweet, salty, tangy, vinegary, and I loved it. So I texted him like, yo, let me get that recipe, man, because I'm about to do some ribs. I think we're gonna do pulled pork tomorrow. You know, I'm a fan of coleslaw if it's good with like pork barbecue. I think it goes well. So he sent me the recipe. He got me hip to this stuff. It's called Hendrickson's sweet vinegar and olive oil. It's kind of like you can use it as dressing, marinade, etc. And so I mix that in there with some apple cider vinegar, mayo, balsamic, salt, pepper, garlic powder, cilantro, parsley, and then mixed in the. Well, I cheated because he's like, "Yeah, you want to chop up your red cabbage, your carrots." I bought the fucking prepackaged shit deal. I wasn't trying to chop up vegetables for fucking however
Always.
long while I'm doing the ribs. So I cheated. You know, sue me. So I took the prepackaged. It also had the green cabbage, the red carrots, mixed that all in there. That shit is so good, dude. She loved it. I know she took some of that to work, so it was nice because yeah, Saturday and Sunday, that's when I go to work, baby. As far as cooking and stuff, she cooks during the week because you know I'm working all day. She's home. Friday is when we're both working, so Fridays usually are either easy day or order out. We got Lucky's on Friday, which banged. So out to Lucky's. And then today we're going to lunch like 1 o'clock for my little brother Willie's birthday. Last year in his 20s. So we're going to T Roadhouse. So I probably won't do anything extravagant today. But yeah, man. Usually during the week, I'm thinking of shit like what do I want to do for Saturday and Sunday? You know, because I'm a homebody, man. I very rarely leave this house. Me and Jax went and seen the Minecraft movie yesterday at Phoenix Theater up in Monroe. A lot of people were shitting on that movie, but I thought it was pretty all right. I don't really play that game or anything like that, but I thought the story itself was, you know, enjoyable. And I obviously it's going to be more so geared towards kids. I think it's always funny when like adults, you know, give their critiques on kids' movies. Like it's just the stories. I don't understand the story and shit. It's like geared for fucking 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean that's not something I'm gonna go and fucking probably watch again. But
Did you get the special popcorn bowls that they had?
we didn't. We did not. I didn't see that until after the fact. But we did see the 3D movie,
Nice.
the 3D version. I'm not a big fan of 3D movies, to be honest. I think it's probably just because I got a big ass head, so I don't even get the full fucking effect. Like the bottom of my fucking eye see this, so it just like fucks with my eyes. But it was cool, man. Because Phoenix Theater, they got the reclining seats, the seat warmers.
Yeah.
I don't use the seat warmer because I fucking run hot. But just being able to fucking recline your seat up and watch a movie, it's worth driving 30 minutes every time to watch a movie. You know, our boy Joe got me hip to that. We saw a movie out there once. The tickets are cheap, and you can just sit, you know, with your feet up, which is awesome. I think that's just how you should be able to fucking, you know, do it any movie theater.
Oh, for sure.
Levis Commons is, you know, they're not bad. I like those seats too, but you know, I'm a guy. I like to put my feet up, man. I'm a recliner boy. You know what I mean? So
100%, dude. I mean, that's the place that me and Jen go. We got a place that's probably about the same distance away, 35 minutes, and it's well worth the drive. It's over there by the green. It's kind of like our version of Levis Commons. It's kind of like a walkabout outdoor mall type situation. And they got a place called Sinopolis. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's their kind of movie theater there. And they have this lounge back. They got like the school desk that kind of slides in front of you so you can have like your food. And the best part about it, dude, they got a bar. So like you can order mixed drinks, beers, or something like that. But the first thing kind of threw me for a loop when we first went there is like you go to the concession stand first, right? You order what you want to get, food-wise, drink-wise, whatever. And they just hand you your receipt and they say they bring it to you. You don't wait for it and take it with you into the theater. You go to your seat and they'll bring it to you like a waiting service. And they'll bring it right to your seat. And yeah, dude, you lean back, leather chairs that like recline with the remote and all that shit. And yeah, it's a good time, man. It's a great movie theater.
Do you tip them?
I don't think you tip. I mean, I should though, right? Huh?
Maybe. I mean, they are bringing it to you. That we had that whole debate before. That's cool though, man. That's because sometimes you know you're fucking carrying around because you got a bag of popcorn, fucking drinks, you got your candy. You know the kids can never hold anything, so you're stumbling around with fucking all kind of shit. So not having to worry about that will be cool. Here at Phoenix, You go up to the concession stand. That's where you actually buy your tickets. You get everything all in one swoop.
Nice.
So you get your tickets, you get your candy, your popcorn, your drinks, and then you go up to the little counter. The counter, you actually, they have the little butter. You do all that shit yourself. The only thing I wish I could do, is like, I wish you could layer your popcorn, man. Only the
Yeah.
top of my shit gets, the butter and the salt. So
Yeah.
those first
Yeah.
few couple handfuls are fucking immaculate, and the rest of the way is fine. You know what I mean? Movie theater popcorn rules.
Right.
But it's just like that top layer is the fucking 10 out of 10 banger, and then the rest is, 8 out of 10.
What
I
is it
wish,
about movie theater popcorn though? It's top notch, man. Like actual movie theater. Now I'm not talking about going to Pop Secret or go to the store getting Pop Secret that
Yeah.
says movie theater popcorn. The actual shit.
I think
when you go there.
it's like the oil, there's a specific oil, and obviously you got your actual popcorn like machine and shit. Because yeah, there's a very distinct difference. No matter what you do, you can buy fucking extra butter, extra fucking movie theater butter. You can do this, that, and the third, and
Yeah.
it's nowhere near.
And something about it too. I think I've never had a situation where movie theater popcorn got stuck in my teeth like they do at my house.
Oh, no matter where that's oh man, that's the worst part of it
Like
all, man.
it's
No
right in the
matter
molar.
where I'm eating popcorn, movie theater, home, I'm picking out kernels for 2 days.
There's I saw a TikTok where a guy was battling with a kernel for a month.
For shells. Yeah.
It was like causing massive pain, and he finally pulled out a fucking popcorn kernel. It was like in his tooth for a month. I was like, damn. You
Yeah.
floss?
Yeah, dude. I like going to Phoenix Theater. It's inside a mall, which looks pretty like a rundown mall, but what's not anymore.
Sadly.
But hopefully that theater sticks around for a long time, because like I said, I'll drive the 35 minutes every single time if the movie we want to watch is there. Because I think for me and Jax, we got our 2 tickets. I got a medium popcorn, small drink, medium drink, and then he got like some Nestle Crunch Bites or whatever the fuck those are. It
Yeah.
was like $39. So because the concessions is obviously where they're gonna get, because the movie tickets were like cheap as fuck. Like I think they were like $7 for the 3D movie.
Little matinee action.
Yeah. Yeah, the concessions is where they kind of stick it to you a little bit, but still, I mean, it wasn't terrible. And yeah, man, me and him, we go to movies quite a bit.
Yeah, it's the
At least
perks
try
of
to. Like if it's something, and it's usually something. Obviously, I'm not going to go to, some fucking rated R movie for me. It's going to usually be a kids movie, but yeah, man,
oh yeah, it's still
it's
the
just something
quality
it's fun
time.
to do. And then sometimes, yeah, we'll usually, because yesterday we went to like the first showing, because you know me, man, I'm not trying to be out all fucking day. So we got there. I think that showing was like 10:40, and then we got done. And sometimes like when we go to because we will go to Levis Commons once in a while too. We'll fuck around over there, Books a Million, because they got all kind of shit in there. Obviously books, toys. And sometimes we'll kind of turn it into a day. Last week, I've been telling him for a while, because him and his sister, like anyone else, and I do too. They love to go Dave and Buster's, because that place it's fucking fun. But you're gonna spend $150 minimum.
Yeah.
On just tickets, really. And that's if you don't get lunch. But at my work, they do these like points and shit. If you do a good thing, this, that, and the third. And I had enough points racked up that I was able to get like a $50 gift card to Dave & Buster's. So we went up there last week, and I think I added like another like $75 to it. So we had like 900 fucking tokens and shit to fuck around with, and we won like 7,000 tickets. So we got to get a bunch of toys and stuff, and then he had lost his tooth. He just lost his front tooth, so he looks like a fucking hillbilly right now. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
The tooth fairy came through, blessed him, and with $10.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Yeah. The tooth fairy, inflation is spread to the tooth fairy too. Because I told him I used to get a quarter, dude, and I was ecstatic.
Yeah.
I might have got $1 once. but it was usually like maybe a quarter or two.
Now that's the expectation, dude. You're $10 a tooth now going forward. Otherwise,
Yeah, I
the
know.
tooth fairy's a bitch. Like, what the fuck? Tooth fairy cheaping
Well,
out
no,
this
he
one?
lost a tooth originally, and he got a couple $2 bills.
Okay.
So it's gone up since then. So I might be expecting she might be expected to bring even more next time. Who the fuck knows? But so yeah,
Those
he
fairy
had a nice.
tariffs.
We had a good time at Dave and Buster's. We ripped it up. They added some new shit over there. It's cool, man, because you know how like Chuck E. Cheese, like that's totally 100% geared towards kids,
Yeah.
whereas Dave and Buster's is like that gray area where like you and I and like our friends, we could go up there and just fucking rip it up for a couple hours,
Yeah,
or
get
even
the
take the
inner kid.
kids. Like
Yeah.
it's cool, man. And there's we kind of switched on and off like every other machine. You know, he'd pick a game, and then I'd pick a game. We ripping the tickets, man. We hit a couple fucking big bonuses. You know, a couple thousand, 2,000 ticket wins, which is cool. And yeah, obviously I let them have all the tickets. You know, they got some cool shit over there. But yeah, I mean, that's just like we just did it last year. Me and Joe went to Scene 75, same kind of thing. We went and ripped it up. You know, 3 grown ass adults, and it was a fucking blast. Food
Yeah, we
sucked
should probably
ass, but
hopefully do it again because I mean they had some shit that we wanted to try that was closed still.
yeah, the
Or in demo,
baseball, yeah,
baseball home
yeah.
run simulator. I think they had the
We
go
got to
karts
see if you
down.
still got it with your game, man.
Oh, I got to try. Maybe we'll find Hillbilly Dill over there.
I gotta run because we did. They had like the basketball Connect 4 thing.
That
So
was
you
fun
and I,
too. Yeah, I forgot
because
about that. Yeah.
you beat us pretty much in everything when we mini golf, all that shit. So yeah, we got
Mini
to run
golf
it
for
back.
sure. I don't know about everything else. I had my one specific arcade game. That's about it. That's where I got 90% of my tickets. But yeah, the golf was fun for sure. I always like putt-putting. I'm gonna try to hit the link sometime this summer, man. Try to actually get some real golf in. I haven't golfed since Florida, but got myself a little beginner's set bag at Florida one time, and it's done its right. I never done a real full course or like a nine hole or anything like that. I think that'd be cool to spend a couple hours out there with a couple buddies, a couple beers, and just swing the links. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully do a little bit good because all I did was some chip shot work back in Florida. Go to the driving range, broke someone's head of the club, like where the head of the club went farther than the ball, and I didn't feel as bad. I didn't feel as bad because the guy behind us at the driving range, like 3 minutes later, did the exact same thing. I made a joke saying my head of the club went farther, but it was a good time, man. But we kind of graduated to from Chuck E. Cheese to Dave and Buster's, and I guess now the casinos. Casinos are kind of like our arcade, if you will, but instead of tickets, you get actual dollars, some coins, some chips, and or you lose it all. And I mean, that
To
could
be
be
honest, man, I think I'd rather go to Dave and Buster's.
You think so?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think the ticket to dollar
I went to the
value is there.
casino. I don't know when the hell that was. 3-4 months ago, maybe. Probably longer than that at this point. That was the first time in years. I haven't been back since.
Probably for the best. I just had a buddy, or a guy from work. He went to the casino after work one day, and he was just playing some slots, and he ended up winning like fucking, I think he said like $24,000. And they had to
He
obviously
probably
do.
has been back every day since.
He went back to work that night on like 2 hours of sleep. I'm like, dude, if I won after taxes, like what, $13,000 probably take home, $14,000. He had to be escorted to his car, I think. You win that much money, dude. You're walking out and they're like counting it out in bands. And then, yeah, I mean, that's nuts. I would be taking my 2 for 1. I'd be calling off 2 days for 1 point. No questions asked. I might quit my job.
Yeah,
I don't know that much.
that would be awesome because I'd pay off everything that I'm in debt for right now, and then I still have because I was looking, It's Costco. They got it all, including pretty sick travel packages. Because obviously next year, maybe, hopefully, who the fuck knows, my luck. But I was like, because we go on vacations to Hocking Hills and we love it. We've been going, we go to the same cabin every year and it's a good time. But like you're about to do in the fall, like I want to do something like that. Where I mean, we'd probably drive down. I highly doubt we'd fucking fly, but drive down to Florida, And I was like, maybe we can do Disney World, or they got Universal Studios down there too. So I was looking at Costco, and that's pretty sick fucking packages where it includes the hotel. It's like 2 or 3 days of park passes. I think there's like some food shit included, and honestly, I was looking through the Universal Studios shit and what they have over there. And I honestly think that's where we would probably pick over Disney World, to be honest, just because of like all the shit, because they got like Marvel shit, fucking Harry Potter. I think they got some like Nintendo shit,
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff. And I think we may try, because I was looking at it, and it was like for all of us to do that for like it's like I said, 2 or 3 day passes, and then to have a hotel stay for like 4 or 5 days. It was like less than $3,000. So
ain't bad. Ain't bad at all.
no, fuck no.
That's gonna be about
Not for
airline
what it all
tickets over here.
includes. Yeah. So but like I said, that's with us. I mean, we'd be driving, you know what I mean? So
See, for me, that just takes away from it. I remember driving when I lived in Florida, visit family up here in Toledo, 16-hour drive, 15.5-hour drive. And it's like, you're up here for a week, but dude, you're just thinking about the drive back the whole time. And it's like a wet blanket over your possibilities of fun. And it's like, I don't want to do that drive again.
I don't think I'd start thinking about it until the day of.
I don't know, man.
Because the drive down, you're fucking stoked.
That's what makes it feel like longer, right? Like it's always longer to get to the destination you planned for than it is to drive back home. The drive back home is usually a lot quicker, you think, right? Not a lot, but a little bit quicker.
I think it's the opposite for me, man. Because
Really?
especially with like vacation and shit, I'm just like, I'm ready to get the fuck home. You know what I mean? Like when we drove back from Tennessee, like I just felt like it took fucking forever. Cause like, dude, I'm just ready to get the fuck back to the crib. Cause here's my, like, for me, my ideal setup, and this is what I usually try to do, is like a Sunday through Thursday situation. Cause I want to, we can do the fun vacation shit for those little 5 days right there. But I want to have at least 2 to 3 days to fucking relax at the crib before I got to go back to work. You know what I mean? Like these people that fucking vacation, leave, Monday or whatever the fuck, and then get back Sunday, and you got 3 hours, and really most of those time you're fucking unpacking or any of that dumb shit. Yeah, I want to have some time to fucking, decompress and, just relax before I go back to work. So,
Which reminds me, speaking of vacations, I completely left out the reason why we didn't have an episode last weekend. We did me and Jen did our last weekend together, little mini vacation. That was like after the surgery, obviously. So yeah, we did a little like last second. I'd thought about something of like, it'd kind of be cool to, just go take a night out and not be rushed or anything, and just have time for ourselves. And like, so I got a nice hotel in downtown Columbus, which is about hour 15, hour 30 away from us. Nice hotel. We did a corner room king suite where like the windows kind of like half your windows are like windows, or of course they are. Half your walls are windows to where like you have a view of the skyline of downtown Columbus. You're in the heart of Columbus there. And we opened them bitches up and slept with the city lights. And so we had some dinner.
So did the city of Columbus get to see the D-Lo?
The D-Lo in full capacity. Yep.
Oh man. Okay.
And we had a beautiful dinner at a place called Martini's. It's an Italian restaurant, but it was right across the street. So we're kind of walking downtown, walk across the street to get to there. Had a great dinner there. I had the filet
Hold on a
mignon.
second now. Okay, that's what I was going to ask. What'd you get?
Oh yeah, had the filet mignon, and it was served on top of like these noodles with some kind of sauce, some rigatoni noodles there, and she had some kind of pasta as well. And
Did they have like a bread for the table?
They
You know
did.
how-
I think we.
Okay.
I think it was more so we ordered it as an appetizer, I do believe.
Oh, but
I
they
think it was
didn't have like your
considered.
complimentary, because you go to a
I
lot
don't
of
think
these,
it's
especially like
complimentary. Yeah.
Biaggi's, they got the bread with the oil.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think they had anything
Oh
complimentary,
man.
but
Okay.
we did get a bread. It was like a garlic with cheese, and it was really good. It had like some kind of like special dip sauce that I probably can't pronounce. But yeah, it was a nice place, man. Definitely dressed your nines to get there, and nice dim lighting, some classical nice music going on. And she had a nice wine, and I had a bourbon and a cocktail. It was called the Manhattan, dark cherry Manhattan cocktail. It was pretty good, very strong, very heavy pour. Not complaining though. And then we got a dessert, and
You spent some money, man.
oh yeah, all on the card. I'll charge to the card, pay for it later, and and yeah. So like I guess like the cake knocked over. So what was really cool about it is because we couldn't decide. We wanted the creme brulee or this chocolate cake, layered cake that she wanted to try. Couldn't decide, so we just asked if she could, like the waitress could pick for us, and she's like, "I'll see what I can do, surprise you." Comes back with both of them and says that they're on the house.
Wow.
So I was like, "Oh shit, I appreciate it, thank God," because she also handed me the bill then. At that point in time, so
This isn't though. Here you go.
yeah, this is not on the house, but that was great. But before all that, and that great night, before we checked into our hotel, there's this place in Polaris, Ohio, and I think I've seen it on TikTok as well. But it's a place called Activate, and basically they give you these wristbands and stuff, and then you like check into like all these different kinds of games in a back room, and it's really cool, dude, because like you go into these games, and I guess one of the most famous ones is called Grid, and you walk into this room, and the way they have it is like the rooms are locked while other people are playing. And then you check into the game, and the system knows that there's someone waiting. So it'll kick those people that are inside out, tells them to get 5 seconds to leave the room. So the door unlocks, you walk in for your turn, and you can play as long as you want until someone else is waiting, and then they'll kick you out. So it keeps the rotation going. But basically, you walk onto this grid, and the floor like lights up, and the computer like tells you like what zone to get to within a certain amount of time. And you gain all these points and stuff, and it's just like a real activating game. Hence the name. Keeps you activated, and pretty cool time. It was fun. Got a little sweaty, and I think we almost cracked top 10 for scores that day. So it was a good time.
Columbus is a nice area, man.
It really was. It wasn't like it was at least a nice part of town. I think it was called the Short North, because they have like different sections that are what they're called and stuff. It's like right there by the convention center, Nationwide Arena, all kind of clustered in there. And we got a good view for the hotel. Oh, and we ended the night because we're on the top floor. They asked for suggestions when I'm booking the room. I'm like, give me the highest floor that you got available. And they put us at the tippity top. And that's exactly what I wanted, for the best view possible. And they had a rooftop bar on the hotel. So we went all the way to the top, one floor up from where we were, and we enjoyed another drink. Nothing too crazy, but enjoyed another drink with some scenes at night, and it was a good time.
All right. There it is. All I needed to know.
Yeah, would recommend, dude. Would recommend. I'd like to explore the city a little bit more, what they have to offer. Maybe like not so much like a bar hopping situation, but I'm sure they have really great food options out there. I originally wanted to go to this place called Rodizio, something like that, where like it's like $50 a person, and they come around and they cut a bunch of shit for you, a bunch of meats, different kinds of meats. It's unlimited meat eating, side salads and stuff like that for like $50 a person, dude. It's like, hell yeah, dude. Fill me up until I'm sweating.
I'd like to take a tour to them Bellemere Suites, man. I know you're supposed to take your side bitch there and stuff. That's what most people do. you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
when they want to cheat on their wives and stuff. But I think it'd be great, man. I think that, you know, the room set up, obviously, I'd want to make sure maybe it got double cleaned, you know,
Yeah,
from
for sure. Like
previous
I
folks.
know
But
Jen probably doesn't listen to this, and nor she was going to listen at this specific point in the episode if she does ever listen to it. But I do plan on doing that. But I gotta start looking at booking now because as we both know, I mean, that shit books up far in advance. So if
yeah,
you're planning on doing something like late end of the year, look now,
yeah,
and you
and
might get
then,
lucky to find a
you
room.
know, right across with the way there, your little Biaggi's trip. You know what I
Is
mean?
it right over there? Is that where the Belmar
Yeah,
Suites
yeah,
are?
yeah,
Right from
yeah.
Levis? Okay,
Not
I
not
didn't
in Levis County. It's
just outside.
across the street there.
Yeah, they only got 2 locations in America, dude. Right there in Perrysburg and then somewhere in
Yeah.
Georgia. So it's kind of awesome that's right there, but
You
it's
just got to time it
beautiful.
up, man. Make sure it's not the, you know, hell week.
Hell, oh yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
because
That is
then you're
true.
gonna, it's just a big waste of money at that point, right? I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah,
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 see, you're lucky. Your significant other doesn't listen to the show. Although I do appreciate the support from Tori. You know, she does listen
yeah, hundred
pretty
percent.
frequently.
Yeah, shout
Although
out
it
to her.
does get me in a lot of shit most of the time. But
That's all right. This is your platform. You can speak how you want.
yeah, at some point, and because that's the thing too, is like we essentially work opposite schedules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the relationship with well, my me and my mom have always been fine, but the relationship with me and my father, um, it's sort of on the mend a little bit. Like we haven't had any kind of discussions before about, you know, because me and him, we up until very recently hadn't spoken in about almost 2 to 3 years.
Hmm.
Um, and we've had some very brief talks, and it's just about not any of our you know, issues, and I don't think there'll be a talk, because that's just I don't think that's just how we're wired. But I'm bringing all this up to say it's just like we're in a spot now where like I've let like Jax has went over there to stay the night. He's been over there a little more frequently, and kind of been able to resume his relationship with, you know, his both his grandparents, because he'd still see my mom because she'd come over here for holidays, and you know we do birthdays, and we're about to see her here later today. But he hasn't been around his grandfather in, you know, quite a long time, just because of you know, me and his issues. So there's a little bit of a, I don't even want to call it a mend, because there, I mean, there's a lot to sift through on that side of things, but um I've always kind of felt bad that, you know, Jack's kind of was getting, you know, the short end of the stick because of an issue that doesn't even really involve him.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, I brought that up just because before that, like me and Tori, we don't have a lot of family at all. So like when the rare times that we like I'm off on a day that she's off or vice versa, like we got the kids. You know what I mean? And we can't just drop them off somewhere and then me and her and go do something. Like we're doing shit as a family, and that's fine. But you know, like you were just talking, you know, on those rare occasions where you want to do something special, and you guys were able to get a hotel room, have a dinner, and you know, do the whole night. It's just kind of tough. So now that um, you know, we're kind of in a little bit of a better spot now with, you know, both my parents. That might be something that is available to us maybe in the future. We'll see, but
Oh, it's
it's definitely
important.
something I want to check out, especially, you know, like I said, the Bellemere Suites or something along those lines. Because me and her, a couple years ago for like my birthday, she had set up a whole thing Airbnb in Cleveland, and we went and checked out the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you know, we bounced around Cleveland for a couple of days at their big farmers market and shit, and that was fun, man. It was like a day and a half, you know, that we were able to just kind of do shit for us, and it was cool. But like I said, that was 2 years ago, so.
Yeah,
And
man.
you know, don't get me wrong, I very much love doing shit. All, you know, us four. Like I said, I love our vacations and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, it would be nice to be able to just do, you know, a mom and dad night out.
100%.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
like,
A little, get nice dinner, a little gluck gluck 9,000, the whole, whole nine, baby.
yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on.
Yeah,
It's
for sure, dude.
new.
Let's do. Yeah, it's telling me. But yeah, no doubt, dude. Like those occasions are very far few in between, especially with kids and I get the circumstances and whatnot. So that's why, like, when we do those, I like to go all out, man. I mean, just kind of like one of those just money's not an option type deal or whatever the saying is, and just pay for it later. Just charge the card. But I was told just to put it on the card. Just put it on the card. And yeah, dude. I mean, I just obviously knew this given the circumstances with her being gone for 6 months and whatnot. So I definitely wanted to go all out there. And then I do plan on going all out when she does come back, because as like a welcome home type deal, and maybe the Bellamar
I mean,
suite.
you guys are going on a big ass vacation basically when she gets back. So
Yeah, that's a family thing, and then our moms are going to be involved with that too. We're bringing them on that trip as a thank you for helping out during this time, because her mom's staying here with us, or with me, I should say, and the girls to kind of like fill that role for Jen, being like a full-time nanny, if you will, but it's grandma. So, and my mom comes in and helps out relieve any kind of spots so that she can go up back to her home and do what she has to do and whatnot, and have her life. But because of that, we told them that we would full expense. We'll take care of them, as far as like airlines and Airbnb if they want to pitch in for a dinner or whatnot. I mean, that's on them, but if they want to. But as far as like making sure like they're taken care of, from an airline ticket to
is it on the way back too?
what's that?
Their air
Oh, hey, it's gonna be a two-way situation here.
you got to find your way back. We'll get you there.
Yeah, that'd be funny as fuck.
we got you Greyhound tickets for the way back, but
charter. Just fucking just charter it up.
thanks, guys.
Yeah, fuck. No, I do want to do I don't like doing layovers, so I want to try to find just direct flights. And I know with my credit card company that I use to get points and I can book air flights, is like I think they only work with United Airlines, and they don't have any fucking direct flights to Orlando. So that's very unfortunate. So I'm gonna have to go probably out of pocket and not use my points for that. I could probably use my points for something else, but whatever, just got to do what you got to do. Maybe I can transfer my points to Delta Airlines, and maybe I could do that. I'm not sure.
Doubt it.
Hey, I'm not sure how that works, but regardless, I want to do direct if possible. It's well worth the extra whatever, $50 plus a ticket. Just go direct. Don't have to worry about layovers.
Pay it later, right?
Put it on the card, they say, but just pay for it later. Yeah, exactly.
Or
But
hey, Hollywood casinos could pay for it. Who knows, baby? Right?
yeah, goddamn right,
Oh,
Bobby.
hit that
Let's
fucking
go,
Remy. Hit that
dude.
Remy one more time, baby.
Oh, we gotta put up the volume.
Let's go. Let's go.
For sure, dude. For sure. I hope that night is magical and not depressing. I hope I'm drinking for good reasons and not bad. So
It's gonna be a fun weekend, man. It'll be fun, Memorial Day weekend. We'll have to reach out to our boy Joe the Greek. Maybe I don't think he's a casino guy, but maybe he'll come, eat some barbecue with us, shoot the shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it'll be a good time to link up, because you haven't been over here since the old turkey fry. So
I saw that he traded in his white collar for a blue collar one of those days. He sent me a snap. He was trucking
Yeah.
it up, man.
that's good. He's still
behind
with
a
us a
computer
little bit.
screen.
He's
Yeah,
not
it's good
totally
for
made
him.
the transition.
Remember his roots.
Absolutely.
So that's always good. Good to see.
Man. He's doing very well. So I'm happy, TSP Rocket,
Maybe we just got to stop doing the podcast and we'll finally get the rocket on us.
Yeah, my house is fucking, stay in order. Maybe this is the unlucky fucking shit. Who knows?
Well, that'd be crazy, right? Wouldn't it? Like some stupid shit where
I can't remember how my year went, that because we were off for a whole year. I can't remember what was that, 2023?
I don't know. I don't know how it went.
Just
Remember to eat your grapes, Bobby. 12 grapes on the table. I mean, it's not like I've done anything extravagant. Nothing's really blessed me, if you will. But
yeah, but you haven't. You
I'm
also
not falling
haven't
apart.
fucking. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm not falling apart
That's
over here
all,
either.
and I'll take that. I don't need the extras. I just need fucking regular degular.
Yeah, just stay away from the chicken chunks, man. Just stay away from them. It's a no bueno.
100%. But D'Lo, I think this is a good jumping off point. You know, nice little refresher after a few weeks off, and other than we're gonna obviously take Easter week off, and then next month, you know, Mother's Day that week as well. But other than that, we'll be, you know, pedal to the metal through the end of May. We might do one more, maybe season finale live stream the first weekend of June. Because I think about it, you'll be here anyway, so I don't even know if we'll be able to record that Memorial Day weekend anyway. So that might be a third week that we have to take off, unless we can maybe figure something out here. But I'd be fucking weird if we were just sitting next to each other at my desk. Hey, what do you got to say?
That wouldn't be bad.
So he'd sit on my shoulder, yeah, right, D'Lo?
I don't
I don't know. I mean, that's before we were on fucking camera, though. I was gonna say we have done it before, but that was when we were just audio only, so that was way easier.
I think we can make it work somehow. I think your computer has another USB for another camera. If not, I think I have an extension where you can have multiple USBs from one.
It's Apple, so I probably have to I'm gonna have to probably get another adapter.
That's
you know how Apple is.
Yeah, we gotta buy every part for your computer.
That's how this fucking microphone's plugged in. You know, adapter.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
we do, but like we do have some time to figure it out. So
yeah, for sure.
We'll see. But at least we got two more weeks that we're gonna take off, obviously for good reason, and then we'll finish off strong. And like I said, I think the plan is, as of right now, to do a season finale like live stream on like a Saturday night. Because that Saturday night, that first week of June I'll be on vacation, baby. So we can go 12 hours. We can go all night long. It don't matter to fucking me. Because that Monday, we'll be leaving for Hocking Hills. So I think that'll be the plan. And then we'll go on a nice little summer break. We'll try to get another little vlog out there for that.
Yeah.
In that time frame. And then we'll be good to go. But for now, D'Lo, you know what time it is, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good to be back. Thank you guys for being patient. Hopefully you didn't forget about us in that 2-week span of being absent.
Show your smile.
Hey, there we go.
Oh,
Billy Jacks, what's going on? It's an expensive one. It's an expensive loss. But yeah, dude, I hope you all didn't forget about us. Out there in Singapore and Canada and all those other 47 plus countries out there. Worldwide, baby. TSP worldwide. And we are back for 202. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, smash that like button, scoff like the subscribe button. You know the gist. That way you get it all the latest of TSP. And follow us on all of our socials. That's X, TikTok, Instagram, and you can look us up on YouTube at TSP_2019. That is the established year of the pod, ladies and gentlemen. We've been going strong ever since. So, without further ado, from myself and Bobby, hope you guys have a great week, friends. And we'll catch you for 203 when we get to it. Thank you and enjoy.